taking it as no. Can you all see my screen? Yes, no, anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Okay. So earlier we discussed about our metadata security. I mean, our org security. If a user logged in our org, whatever the things that he or she can access, right? But today we will talk about our data sharing. So let's say we have two users and both have access of Salesforce platform and the object. Let's say if both of them have access of account object, then and they both have data in that account object. So can they see each other data or not? I mean, who can see what in terms of data in every object, right? That we will discuss. So we'll discuss what is our security model. Then we will discuss OWD settings. We the full form of OWD is organization wide default. And then we will discuss role hierarchy. We have sharing rule like permission set in profile. We have sharing rule for sharing settings like OWD settings. And then we'll discuss manual sharing. So that is the agenda for today, right? Okay, let's move ahead and discuss. So you all know why we need security, right? So just give me one sec. So you know what why we need security. So there is a financial risk. A sales rep seeing competitor deal data for pricing strategy, right? Then guys, just give me one sec. Okay, so anybody in the org should not see each other data if the permission is not granted. So that's the agenda. That is why we need data security here in Salesforce, right? So for that, we can implement few things. So this is the complete hierarchy by which we can manage our metadata and data security in Salesforce. So on the base level, we have profile that we have already discussed. So in profile, we can manage the correct permission of the object, and on the field, we have FLS, field level security, and we have apps and system permissions. So we can manage. So if you don't have the profile level access, then you cannot see any data in the org. So profile level access is basically required at the baseline of the access. And then the second thing we have is organization wide default. We call it as sharing settings. So in sharing setting, we have mainly four type of uh, security setting. One is public, right? Public read write. So if you have a public read write sharing setting set up for any object, it means that object is open for everyone in the org. Anyone can see anything in that object, right? So data is fully open for the entire org if we have public read write as sharing setting setup, right? The another thing is, and not only read, they can also edit the data if we have public read write as setup as a sharing setting, right? Second thing is public read only. We'll discuss the practical of this, so don't worry about that. Second thing is public read only. If we have public read only setup as sharing setting, then what will happen is uh, the data is open for all, but edit operation can only be done by the record owner, right? So that's the second level of sharing. Third level of sharing is control by parent that we will discuss as next, right? Fourth level is private. This is the least level of security. I mean, if you have private as in sharing setting set up for an object, it means only record owner can see their data. If a record is created by, let's say, user one, then user one can only see the data that record in the object. Any other user will not be able to see the data for from user A, right? So private is a least sharing that we can apply uh, on any object in sharing settings, and then we can simply open it up by role hierarchy. So we can create a role hierarchy in the org. So OWD we have. So by OWD you can manage either any object will have private, public read write, public read only, or control by parent. But also, I mean, on over and above sharing setting or OWD, we have role hierarchy. So in every company, we have different roles. So let's say if user A is reporting to user B is reporting to user C. Similarly, user C is reporting to CEO of the company, right? Then the manager of user A, I mean, user B should be able to see all the records those are owned by user A. So that's the basic rule of every company. So we can set up a role hierarchy by which you can roll up the access to the manager of the subordinate, right? So that we will discuss as second. And third one is you can share the record to anyone in the company by using sharing rule like we did with permission set. So we can extend the access of any data in the Salesforce from any object to anyone in the company, right? And um, we have manual sharing as well. So by using manual sharing, we can open up the access manually by one by one from every records, right? And there are some rules that we will learn related to manual sharing. So this is the complete hierarchy or secure Salesforce security model. It has all 5 layers. Then we'll discuss territory as well in the next session. But these are the 5-layer security model we have. So just remember this: on the base level, we have profile, that is the foundation of every object access. And then if you have the access on the profile, then data access can be given in these four by these 4 level, right? So you can use OWD just to set up a baseline of the access, and then we can use role hierarchy to open it further, and then we have sharing rule again to open it further, and then we can use manual sharing if you want to give the access manually for each record, right? So let's just share my screen and we'll see how we can create it. Uh, Let me know if you can see my screen now, the Salesforce screen. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So sharing setting, okay, thank you. So sharing setting we can manage using, you can simply type sharing setting in the quick find box, so you know where you need to go. You just need to click on this gear icon, and if you will click on this gear icon, you can simply go to setup, and after clicking on setup, you can simply type sharing setting here in the quick find box, and as soon as you will type sharing setting, you will get sharing setting option here. So you just need to click on this sharing setting option. Here you will have a lot of objects. Either it is custom or standard object. So it has 4 columns. One is related to object. It means all the object name are listed here. Then we have default internal access. So it is basically for the internal users of the company, like you guys. And we have default external access. So in Salesforce, we have communities and private sites, sorry, public sites. So we can apply the sharing setting for the external users, not the guest users. We'll discuss what is community and the site later on. So we'll discuss this part at that time. Right now, just focus on the default internal access, and then grant access using hierarchy we'll discuss today only when we will discuss the role hierarchy, right? So now you need to focus on these 2 columns. One is the object and second one is the default internal access. Here you will see, let's say on the contact, it is saying just controlled by parent. So do you know who is the parent of contact? Who will tell?
Account.
Account.
Right. So whatever the access we have on account, that will be applied on contact. So for account, what we have is public read write, right? So account is open for everyone in the org, right? So similarly, the contact will also be, right? Same for order, same for asset. So if you have the setting controlled by parent, it means there is a master detail relationship between 2 objects, and whatever the access the master will have, that will be applied on the detail object. Clear? So public read write means this: we can anybody can see the account object data and even the edit that data, right? Doesn't matter if he or she on that record or not, right? So let's just log in on the in the incognito window, and we'll see by applying different permissions here if the access will be there or not, right? So I'm just opening incognito window, and will let me just see if we have the second user here. We have our second user, I think this one. Let me just copy the username, and let's just log in incognito window. Okay, so now we are logged in by two users. One is in the incognito window, and second one the system admin we have, right? So as you can see, the account object is public. So if I will click on the account tab here, and if I will click on all records, all accounts, you will you can see here all the accounts are visible here. So we have total 40 accounts in the account object, 40 records. So if I will go back and see here how many records are there, let me just go to the sales app. So you can see all 40 accounts are also visible here. So this is the system admin. So I mean, system admin has some extra permission by which he or she can access all the records in the org that we will discuss later on. So right now, both the users have access for all the data in the object, right? And that is because we have account as public read, right? And both of them can edit any record in the object, right? But if you will see here, if I will add it here, and if I will show you the drop down, so I'm not able to see controlled by parent here, right? I can only see private, public read only, public read write. Can anyone tell why we are not able to see controlled by parent in this drop down? Who will confirm? Rohit? It is because account is the root level object. There is no parent of the account. That is why we are not able to see control by parent in the account itself. Control by parent will only be visible if you have a parent or master detail relationship with an object, and that object is the detail object, right? So if I will make this as private and will click on save, then I want to see what will happen. So it can take 1 or 2 minutes as we have record in the object. So just keep refreshing it, or you will get an email when it will complete. It is still in progress. Okay, it's done, right? So now it is private. I also got an email from Salesforce that your sharing recalculation is completed. So now your object access is private only, right? Now I'm going back to the another user that is logged in using an incognito window. So here earlier we were able to see 40 records here, but now what we did is we have changed the sharing setting to private. Earlier it was public read write, so access was open. Anybody was able to see all the record in the object. But right now, if you have a sharing setting as private, then what? Only owner of the record will be able to see his or her records, right? So if I will refresh this screen, I should be able to see only record owned by this user. There is no record owned by this user, so there is no data available now. So you can see here, we have 0 item visible for this user. All the records created by system admin. So only records are visible to the another user. So if you will see here in the another user org here, if I will refresh, he will be able to see all the 40 records. See here, right? Because now sharing setting is private, only user owner will be able to see all the records. So here you can see the owner alias. So there is no other owner like June something, right? So that is why the record was not visible to that user. You can create a record and you will see then that particular record will be able to visible here. So I'm just creating a test record here. So now this record is visible here. Okay. See here. Clear? So this is how you can manage private sharing setting or public read write. Any question from anyone?
So will the test record be visible on the admin page?
Yes,
Because he's not
because
owning that.
yes. The reason for that is system admin has view all data access. A good question, Arun. Let me show you why this is happening, right? Let me go to the user. If I will click on, so this is my system admin. If I will go to system admin profile, see here, view all records. So basically, if you have view all records checked on any profile, just listen it carefully, everyone. If you have view all record permission checked on any profile, then all the data security that you have applied in the org will be bypassed, right? So now system admin can see the record that was created by another user, right? Just because it has view all record access, view all record access. Clear? Clear, Arun?
Yes.
Okay. There is one more permission, view all data, right? And it is object based, and there is one more permission called view all data. See here, if this is checked, means the entire org data is accessible for this user profile. There will be no security applied. All the security you have will be bypassed. Clear? Okay, let's move ahead. Now the second thing is, now we can also apply a role hierarchy. So it means, let's say if you are working in a company, right? And you are reporting to your manager is reporting to his manager is reporting to CEO. So there is a hierarchy between the CEO and you, right? So whatever the record you are owning here, right, that will be accessible by your manager, and both of the record, like whatever the record you have and your manager have, right, all the records will be accessible by their manager, and similarly till the last upper level, right? So by using role hierarchy, you can open up the access whatever we have in OWD, right? How will you be able to create the role hierarchy? You can simply go to gear icon again, or you know where you need to go. You just need to click on the gear icon, setup, and now you will get this quick find box. Here, just type roles. I will show you in my PPT also. See here, can you just read it? Role hierarchy, a tree structured hierarchy controlling record visibility. When OWD is private, users in the higher role hierarchy automatically see record of all users below them. Roles do not control what action you can take, only whose record you see, right? So let's say there are some sales rep in a company, sales rep A, sales rep B, sales rep C, sales rep D, right? And sales rep A and sales rep B both are reporting to manager India. Sales rep C and sales rep D both are reporting to manager APAC, and all of them reporting to VP sales. So who sees what? Rep A, Rep B, Rep C, Rep D. Only they can see the record they own, right? Only their own record, no one below. Role hierarchy only works when OWD is private or public read only. Just note this down, right? So on this level, only their own record they can see, right? Clear? And manager level, whatever they own, they can see, and all reps below them, directly below. So manager India will not be able to see the record owned by rep C. He will be only able to see the record those are owned by rep A and rep B. Similarly, manager APAC will only be able to see the record owned by rep C and rep D, and VP sales will be able to see the record owned by the entire company, right? So this is how you can manage role hierarchy. I will show you what is that. Just give me one sec. So here also Salesforce has given an example. So now you can see here after clicking on roles, you will see this screen, right? So in this screen, we have image. Let me just open it. Okay. So now you can see here Western sales rep. We have Western sales rep. We have Eastern sales rep. We have international sales rep. And Western sales rep is reporting to Western sales director. Eastern sales rep is reporting to Eastern sales director. International sales rep is reporting to international sales director. On all of these are reporting to executive staff, right? And here you can see what they can see. I mean, in terms of records, right? So view and edit data, roll up forecast, and generate report. Only for own data. Just mark this line. Only for own data. Can't access data of users above or at the same level. So the Western sales rep will not be able to see the data created by Eastern sales rep, international sales rep, or any user above in the hierarchy, right? Similarly, for each and every place. So even for the Western sales director or on the director levels, they can view and edit data, roll up forecast, and generate report for all users directly below. Can't access data of users above or at the same level. So Western sales director will not be able to see the data created by Eastern sales director or even Eastern sales rep. Similarly for these two, right? So Western sales director will only be able to see the data created by him only, and the data created by his subordinate Western sales rep. I hope it is clear to everyone. Or if you have any question, I can repeat it again. So you can set up role hierarchy by here. So here you can see you can create a role hierarchy. So let's say CEO is a top level role you have in your company, right? So if you want somebody to report CEO, you can simply click on add role, and you can create let's say sales director, right? And this sales director is reporting to whom? This roles report to CEO, right? And then role name on displayed on report. So if you want to create a report, if you want to display it on a different word. You can mention it here. Then opportunity and case access, if you want to specify, you can do that. User in this role cannot access opportunity that they do not own, that are associated with account they do not own. So basically it is just for the control by parent. If you don't own the account, then all the opportunity related to that account will not be visible to you, right? Users in this role can view all opportunity associated with the account they own, regardless of who owns the opportunities. So basically you can give this kind of permission based on your company requirement. So I have just created one role, sales director, that is reporting to CEO. I can simply click on save, and now role is role creation is done. So you can assign the users also. So you can assign the user by just clicking here. You can simply select all the users, all assign all users here, and you can assign this user, the second one, to this role, right? So you can see here now sales director is reporting to CEO, and we have a user assigned to CEO, that is Prateek Sharma. So you can see here. So you can see here Prateek Sharma is basically directly reporting to Prateek Sharma is CEO. So basically this reporter June batch is directly reporting to CEO and to Prateek Sharma. Any question? So whoever is in the CEO role will be the manager of all the users in the role that we have just created as sales director. Any question, anyone? This is how you can manage your role hierarchy. We can't test it much because we have only 2 users. So if you want to do that, you can create record. I mean, system admin have view all data access, and also view all records access. So basically you can't test this, but this is how it works. Everyone who is reporting to his or her manager, the access will be redirected to the manager of that user. So any question, anyone? Any question?
Can you open the PPT,
No,
please?
sir.
Oh, okay, you want me to open the PPT? Okay, just give me one sec. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? This one?
Um, yes. The last line,
Okay.
can you please explain?
Which one?
Only works when OWD is private or public read only.
So if it is public read write, then it is only already open. So you don't have to open using role hierarchy or anything. If it is public read write, so we are using role hierarchy to open up the access. If the access is restricted in the OWD, then only you will use any other thing to just open that up. Either it is a role hierarchy or a sharing rule or a manual sharing or territories, anything. I mean, and if it is already open, if OWD is public read write already for any object, then there is no need of anything else, because records are already accessible or editable to everyone in the company.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Any other question? Okay. So this is role hierarchy. Then we have the second thing is sharing rules, right? So let's say if you still want to extend the access further, right? Then you can use sharing rule. So earlier, if you remember, we used permission set to just extend the access of profiles, right? So similarly, you can use sharing rule to extend the access of sharing setting and OWD. Sorry, OWD and role hierarchy. So you can see here we have 2 type of sharing rule. One is criteria based. We'll discuss what is that. And the second one is owner based. So we'll discuss that one also. So owner based, the difference is owner based shares record owned by user in a role and group with another group. So let's say if you own a record, right? So you want to just share that record to another user so that you can manage. using owner-based sharing rule. And if you just want a criteria, let's say you want all the account, those are having city as Delhi, right? You want to give the access to any user or group of users, right? So you can simply create a criteria like city is equal to Delhi, and you can assign all the account in which city has Delhi to any other user or group of user, right? So this is how you can manage. Like we have some criteria listed here. Let's say account industry is equal to technology. You want to share it with technical sales role, a read write. You want to just give the read write access. Similarly, if an opportunity amount is greater than 1 lakh or 10 lakh, right? You just want to share it with senior management. You just want to give the read only access. I mean, this is criteria based sharing rule. And owner based is record owned by Mumbai team, shared all the records owned by Mumbai team with the Pune team, right? Record owned by India region, share with the APAC leadership, right? So this is how you can give the access of data. Sharing rules can only grant read only or read write access, cannot grant delete, cannot restrict below OWD. So basically, excuse me. So whatever the access level we are discussing, it is only extending the access. We are not limiting the access. So we discuss sharing setting. So whatever that is the baseline of the data access. And then we discuss role hierarchy. So by using role hierarchy, we were extending the data access to the managers in the company, right? Now we are using sharing rule. So by using sharing rule, you can extend the access to anyone, right? Based on a criteria, based on an owner. Excuse me. So let's just create a sharing rule and see what you can do with that. So I'm sharing my screen again. Where is that? Here. Okay. So to create a sharing rule, you just need to go to sharing setting. One more thing I forgot to tell you guys. So you can see here, there is a option called grant access using hierarchy, right? So we discussed role hierarchy just now, right? So if a grant access using hierarchy is checked, then only role hierarchy will come in the picture for that object. So if it is not checked, then access will not be roll up to the manager or any other level in the hierarchy, right? So just remember this. And for the standard object created by Salesforce, you cannot uncheck it, right? You can only uncheck it for the custom object that you have created. If I will click on add it, you can see this is disabled for the standard object. Those are provided by Salesforce. So grant access using hierarchy is checked, but you will see it. You can edit it for the custom object here, like ROC, currency, engineer, ENG. We created these custom objects, right? So you can manage this for the custom object only. Any question for this one? Okay. If there is no question, let's move to sharing rule. So you just need to type sharing setting again, sharing setting here. So just scroll down. So on the front, you will see sharing setting, OWD setting for every object. But if you will keep scrolling in the last, after other settings, you will see sharing rules. So here you will see all the object you have in the company in this Salesforce org, right? So you can create sharing rule for all the object. So earlier what we did, we created account, right? Account as private, and because of that, the other user that is logged in using incognito window is not able to see all the any record in the company that is not owned by this user, right? You can see all the account. If I will click on all account, records are not visible to this user. Let's give the access using sharing rule, right? So for that, what you need to do is you just need to create a account sharing rule here. You just need to click on new button. Here the first section is asking about step one is rule name, right? Just provide the rule name. Let's say access for sales director. Yeah. Okay. Just giving this name. And now it is asking in step two, select your rule type, right? So based on record owner, based on criteria, guest user access we'll discuss later on, right? Guest user is basically for the sites we have, for the community we have, right? So we'll discuss later on in the last of this course, right? So based on record owner, based on criteria. So if you will see based on record owner here, account owned by the members of, so here you can see currently who is owning the record, if it is a public group or role. So let's say if you want to give the access of all records owned by CEO, right? So you can simply select roles here. Here you can select CEO, right? So CEO is what? We have one user assigned to CEO, that is Prateek Sharma, right? And in the step 4, it is asking select the user to share with, right? So here we need to select as sales director. We created one role as sales director. Let's see where it is. Yeah, this one, right? So now what it will do, all the record those are owned by CEO or visible to CEO will be visible to sales director. But if you will choose based on criteria, now it will ask the value based on the field, right? Let's say if account name not equal to blank, right, it means all the account will be shared because account name is required. If you want to share all the account records to anyone, right, so you can logically manage it, right? Or any other field, you can see and condition, but you can again manage the filter logic by using here, right? So which one you want me to use, criteria based or owner based? I think owner based will be more relevant, right? Let's do it. So all the records owned by CEO will be shared to sales director. Here you can manage the access. Let's just give read write, and you can also manage opportunity access related to that account, again give to read write and again give read write. So all account opportunity case access will be read write for that user. I'm just clicking on save. So it can take 1 or 2 minutes to recalculate. You will get an email, right? Account access is there. We have created this. Let's go back and check. So here we are in the another user, right? If I will refresh this screen, this user will be able to see all the records. See here. So now all the records are visible to this user. Any question? So by using sharing rule, you can further open up the access, right? And if I will go ahead and delete this sharing rule, if I will click on delete, anytime I want to remove the access, you can anytime click on delete, right? So I have deleted this sharing rule. You can see here, again it is recalculating. So I have deleted this. If I will refresh, then it will go away. And if you will come back here and check record access again, just refresh it. Again, the access is gone, right? So now you can understand this is how we can open up the access further using sharing rule. Any question from anyone? You guys are so intelligent. You are not asking any question. Okay, let's move ahead. So now we have the last one, that is manual sharing. So you can share a single record manually to anyone. So let's say currently he will be able to see only one record because he is the owner of this record, right? So let's say if I want to give the access of only one record to this user. So let's say if I will choose any single record, let's say this one. Any user, Prashant and Sandeep. Let's just open this record. And I just want to, okay, this is not the right record. Okay. Actually, I have changed the layout of this, so we are not able to see the sharing button here. Let me just go to opportunity and open one record if I can show you that button. Yes. So even opportunity sharing setting is also private. So if you will go here, opportunity is private. So let me show you if we have opportunity record here, all opportunity. So this system admin can see total how many 41 opportunities. But if I will go to the another user, if I will click on opportunity, oh, this is system admin only. Just open this. I think we don't have access on this profile. Let me just give the access to the profile, then only he will be able to see the. We have removed the access of opportunity from the profile of that user when we were learning profile, right? So let's just give it back. Can you see opportunity here? Opportunity access is there. Okay, maybe tab access is not there. Tab is hidden. That's why it was not visible. Okay, done. Now we should be able to see the tab here. Let's just refresh. Okay, opportunity tab is now visible. If I will click on opportunity, and if I will click on all opportunity, we can only see one record in this user list view. But if I will go here and if I will show you here, it has many records. I mean, almost 41 records. So let's just give the access of this record to that user. If I will open this record, and you can see here in this drop down, there is a sharing button here, right? If I will click on this sharing button, and if I want to give to the user as called Salesforce June batch, right? And you can manage what kind of access you want to give. Let's say if I want to give read write, and let's say just hit save, right? So we just gave the access using manual sharing. Now if I will come back here, and there should be one more record visible here. Let's just refresh the screen. You can see here McGraw Hill is now visible to this user as well. So by using manual sharing, by just clicking on sharing button, you can give the access to any other user. The only difference is if the record owner will change in that record, then the access will also go away, right? So that's the interview question that you will get. If the record owner will be changed, then you will not be able to see the access anymore, right? So I mean, we discussed profile, right, already. So by using profile, we can manage using object CRUD permission and field level security, permission set, group permission set group we discussed, and manual sharing. So manual sharing, a record owner, we discussed manual sharing just now. A record owner or admin manually share one specific record with a user or group of user, granting read only or read write access on that single record. The most targeted form of sharing, right? Who can share? Who can share record by using manual sharing? Record owner, user above in the hierarchy, and admins. These three can share the record using manual sharing. And then how they can share? Open the record, click on sharing button, add user groups, and you can set the access. What is the access level? Read only or read write. Cannot grant delete via manual sharing. Just note this point. Can it be removed? Yes, by owner, admin, or user who added the share can also remove the record sharing. Limitation: cannot restrict below OWD, only open up further. So it is applicable for everyone. There is one more sharing type, that is also called record team sharing. Team sharing is what? You can also share the record. Let's say if you are working on a account, right, and you want some help from another team member. That team member is on the same level in the role hierarchy, so he or she is not ha- have access of that particular account, right? So what you need to do is you can add him as a team member in the account, and they can see the record. So let me just show you how you can manage that. Just give me one sec. So if I will open the opportunity record here, there is a related called opportunity team. If you are not able to see it, you can simply go to setup and you can enable it here. If you are not able to see it, then you can simply come here and you can type team. So you can see here account team, opportunity team, and case team. So only three objects have that team related access, right? So account teams, you can enable account teams, you can enable case teams, opportunity teams is already enabled, so the option is not coming here, right? So if you are not able to see this related list here, you can simply enable it directly from here, from the by just typing the teams here, and then you will be able to see the access here, the team related list, right? And here you can create a team member, right? So let's say we don't have access of this account to anyone. So let's just open one account and we'll give the access using team. We just gave the access of McGraw Hill. Now let's just give the access using team by sharing it using MHG. So you can simply create it, add opportunity team member. Just click on opportunity team member. You can simply name the user here. Let's say he will be a lead qualifier on the opportunity, and which user you are talking about. I just want to give the access to Salesforce June, and what kind of access he will have. Let's say read write. Currently, this user is only able to see two records, McGraw-Hill and test record. So I'm just giving the access of MHE record, right? By just adding a team member here. So team role, user, opportunity access we have given, right? Just click on save. As soon as I will click on save, there is a team member created here. You can see in the opportunity team related list, and the record count is 1. So if I will go back here and will refresh the screen, then this user can also see the third record as MHE. And the record sharing is done by team sharing. So this is how you can manage team sharing also. So manual sharing and team sharing are almost similar, but team sharing is only available for three objects: account, opportunity, and case object. Any question, anyone? So this is our data sharing,
No, sir.
and hope it is clear to everyone, right? I'm just stopping the recording here. If you will have any question, I will give you 1 or 2 minutes. You can ask.